Man, you guys are quiet today. What the hell?
Oh, I was waiting the show on the road. My cue box.
I'm a little nervous with our special guest in the house. I have to say, a little nervous.
I've never seen you nervous before. What is up, everybody? And welcome into the DNVR Nuggets Podcast.
Let's go. Let's go.
Can you make it
Let's go.
A+ start.
Presented as always by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Use promo code DNVR whenever you sign up. It's special today because I have guests, but I'm not going to introduce them first. I'm going to go to the people you already know. Brendan Vogt.
Oh, man. Why? Skip me. Let's get to the cool guy.
I got the handsome one, Harrison Wynn.
We're gonna keep the vibes at the same level they were after last night's win today.
Are you gonna do that?
I mean, this show is gonna be all about the vibes.
It's like a Winner's Lounge extended.
Yeah.
The reason it's going to be about the vibes is because of our special guest. You guys know him as Chalky. We just learned about him as Chalky, but it is Vlatko Čančar. Vlatko.
Thank you so much for having me. Like I said before, I don't know if I can make the joke again.
You
but
can. You can.
I can?
Yeah, you can make it.
Well, this is my first podcast, and it's like losing my virginity again.
There you go. There you go.
I'm so special. So glad I get to be the one.
With the fellas.
Now we can officially start the show.
Exactly.
After that.
No, I'm ready.
So awesome, man. We're excited to have you on.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, you've been in here we were just going over the history, and it was crazy for us to realize you got here in 2019, the bubble year. For some reason, that feels like your third year. That was your first one.
That was my first one, yeah. And the crazy thing is, I've been drafted 2017, so 2 years even prior to that. So I had experience with being in the United States for summer league, but coming into the NBA was a whole different story.
Right. We're gonna go through this beat by beat because I actually don't know the backstory of Vlatko Čančar. Like you can like Google some of the like backstories and this or that, and it only goes back so far. But I want to start with Slovenia. So we went to Serbia. I don't know if you saw. We went to Serbia over the summer, and we learned a lot obviously about Serbia, but also about Yugoslavian basketball. Mm-hmm. But I don't know much about Slovenian basketball. Like, what is basketball like in Slovenia? Is it a pretty big sport?
Well, now it is. I feel like since Goran, he was kind of the first one that actually was like a star, and that brought up a lot of kids to play basketball in Slovenia, and obviously now with Luka as well. But our main sport has always been football or soccer,
right?
In United States.
Do you play?
I played. So I played. I can get to that later, but
center midfield.
Yeah. No, I would be a striker.
Oh, okay.
Everybody would say goalkeeper or something like that, but I was scared of the ball being shot at me at 100 miles an hour, so I was the one doing that.
Nice.
But it was Slovenia is more like winter sports, skiing.
Yeah.
We had also great winter sport athletes. And after 2017, the year we won gold in Turkey with Slovenia, I think from that on, and obviously Luka coming into the picture, basketball is number one sport.
Prior to that, if you told people growing up, "Oh, I'm into basketball," did they look at you weird? Was it popular? Was it not as popular?
Yeah, I think they just didn't have like a feeling towards it. Everybody was just into soccer.
Yeah.
And me as well. That was like my favorite sport, and I feel like to this day it's still my favorite sport just to watch. Yeah. I would say I watch more soccer than I do basketball.
Who is your team?
AC Milan.
Okay. All right.
If you have a jersey for me, AC Milan, send me one.
you rep it. So your route to professional basketball, the first one I see on Wikipedia is Union Olympia.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Was that your first professional playing experience?
Well, my first professional was second division in Slovenia when I was 16, and I was on a loan at that time, Škofja Loka. It's a city closer to Ljubljana.
Yeah.
And there's where I got to get the experience that every young guy needed. And those are the guys who work in the morning and come play play games in the afternoon, and they're just like dirty players.
Really?
Play super hard, and you learn all those dirty tricks that I can use to this day in the league. Yeah.
Nice.
So that was like my first experience with professional basketball.
And you were 16, so were you playing? Are
16.
these other 16-year-olds, or are these like adult men?
No, these were 40 years. 40 years. Yeah, 40 years, 35, prime time, 35 to 40.
Wow.
Like what kind of dirty plays? Like punching?
Yeah,
in the
just
nuts?
like pinching. Taking your shorts off. Like you trying to go for
You
a
should try to pull that one in an NBA
you're a
game.
young guy. playing super hard trying to go for a rebound, and he just elbows you one time. So you'd be like, oh, I don't want to go rebound no more, you know?
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things.
Is the NBA more or less physical than that basketball?
It's less physical. less physical.
Yeah,
Not so many fouls, that's for sure.
Yeah.
How did you end up there? I mean, like, is that like what started the chain of basically you arriving in the NBA?
Yeah, well, so it was a funny story. So basically, when I was still in my hometown in Koper, I was at 16 at that point, and you have youth national teams. And I got selected. Well, that was like a long training camp, and you have, 40 players and then going down to the last 12. And I remember I'm still grateful for Coach Dejan Čikić, sorry. He basically picked me. It was 13 players left, and it was me and one guy who actually is from the town I played after. And he chose me to go to the national team.
Wow.
And that was the Division B in Sarajevo, and I was 16 years old, and I was just happy to go there. And then from then on, I went from Koper to Ljubljana youth, and then my career basically went on from that.
Why do you think it took off, like, with that opportunity?
Just because it's a funny story. I came to Ljubljana, and like my parents dropped me off, and it was like a rainy day, and I've never been from home ever. Not even like I have an older brother, 9 years older, and he also never been away from home.
Oh wow!
So for me to be like the first kid, well, it's only two of us, but for me to be the first one to go away from home, it was kind of hard for them. And when they left me off, I was just like standing on the road and waiting for them to turn a corner.
It's like out of a movie.
Yeah, for real. It's like out of a movie, and I was waiting for them, waving. And I remember coming into like the big house where all the guys were staying in. It's like not necessarily a dorm, but it's like a big house, and it was 5 of us, I think. Everybody got their own room, like a little desk, a bed, and basically that's pretty much it. And coach comes in, and he's like, "Oh, I see you went to like high school, this and that," and he brings me like 2 pieces of paper, and he's like, "Well, this is the one if you want to continue your education and just like do 1 practice a day, or we can transfer you to another school, and they have a program where you don't need to go to school." So you can practice 2 times a day. And me, it was just like no brainer. I came here for basketball, and I just signed that. And from then on, like I started practicing, 2 times a day, basically at 16 years old.
Were you always a hard worker?
Yes. Just because I always had to prove to first to myself and then to everybody else, obviously, what kind of player I am and what kind of skills I possess. It was weird because when you're like a bigger kid, they try to put you at the 5 and try to play as a big, but here was a little bit different. They try to use us more as like wings and ball handlers and stuff like that. So coming into Olympia, being at that time the least talented, let's say the worst player, I had to work 5 times as more just to catch up. And the guys who were promised to sometimes be in the NBA, unfortunately didn't make it just because they were just fed on a silver spoon. And here comes me, just don't give a fuck, and just practicing.
Yeah.
How'd you end up at Mega?
I ended up in Mega after second year. I was in Škofja Loka, another year on a loan. So I was 18 at that time. I signed professionally with Union Olympia, and we talked about getting on a loan again, basically like sending me to a G League team.
Right.
But this time, because we qualified to the first division, it was better competition, and at that time I just wanted to play, and I was on board 100% to go to Škofja Loka. And first half of the season was pretty hard just because I had to practice 3 times a day. So I would practice morning in 7 a.m. individual, and then I would have to go to Union Olympia's practice, which was like, let's say 6 to 7, and then I would have to go to Škofja Loka, an hour drive, 8 to 10, and then come back home. And then
Is it kind of remarkable for you now you're in the NBA, in the modern league, no one ever practices. Is it crazy to think about all the work you put in to get here?
It is. It definitely is. And sometimes I need to remind myself that, nothing is for granted. And I just have to keep working because eventually hard work pays off.
Yeah. What do you think Europe does really well with development relative to the U.S.? Like, there's different schools and different styles.
Yeah. It's funny because every time a European guy plays in NBA or just G League, whatever, they say, oh, he can, like, his IQ is really high and he can really he can play, which is what we work on since young age, is just more tactics and more team basketball and just more reading of the game, which makes it easier to transition into the big leagues. And it's harder because when you're a young prospect in Europe, they don't treat you with putting you out there in the fire, let's say, and just playing you like here in the NBA, where the younger you are, the bigger the prospect you are, the more you're gonna play. In Europe is you make one mistake, you go out of the game.
Jeez.
And it's really, really short leash. And that's where I had a problem, because I would play and then make a mistake, go to the bench. He would give me one more chance, let's say, and that's where I figured, like, not making so many mistakes on the basketball court, just because one is fear, the other is just then learning, how to play.
Yeah.
2017, you go to EuroBasket. You're still kind of a young player at this time. I mean, so you get drafted in the summer, and then you go to EuroBasket.
Exactly.
So that was a very busy summer for you.
It was. So when I got drafted, I didn't go to summer league just because I had national team, and that was 2017.
2017.
Did you think you were going to get drafted that year? What was draft night like for you?
The funny thing is, Mishko, my agent, came to me and he's like, Denver wants to pick you at 49. It's a guaranteed pick.
Huh.
And I'm like, well, that's cool and everything, but how many European players got drafted and never make it to the NBA?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a cool moment, but I really didn't think about, now NBA, I got drafted. I wasn't really bragging about being drafted. You know?
Really?
Yeah. It was just, I stayed up watching it. And
you weren't asleep like somebody else we know.
And funny enough, it was same. It was like another commercial was popping off, and then
Really?
yeah,
You were doing a commercial too?
Yeah.
What was it?
KFC?
Do you know?
Yeah, no, it was like I don't even know what kind of commercial it was.
Oh,
we
man,
gotta
we
get
have to
to
go
the
to the
guy.
archives.
Yeah.
Somebody help us
Yeah,
out.
so
we'll have to
find
go
that
and look it up.
Someone on the internet figure that
Somebody
out.
has to find it. And basically, it was me and one of my friends. He was a physio intern at Mega, and it was 48, and then 49, 50, and then 51. It showed like 51, and then you see like a board, and then 49. Vlatko Čančar.
He's like, oh shit, all right.
And it was. I waited. It was a long draft night. It was. So at my time, it was started, let's say 11ish, something like that, maybe even before 10 p.m. and then it finished like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Right.
Wow.
Was there a moment for you when those, I guess, bragging rights kind of feelings did set in? Like, oh man, I'm an NBA player.
No.
Not your mentality, huh?
No. I don't know. I was never a bragging kind of person, but do I believe I belong here? Yes. That's the difference. I'm not gonna brag, but I'm gonna show that I belong.
But even at that time, so there was no what did the Slovenians also drink rakia? Is it called something different?
Yeah, they drink rakia.
Is rakia-
It's an international Balkan drink.
An international Balkan one. Sorry,
Yeah.
but there was no rakia
We
or
know.
anything that you get drafted. It's not you and your buddies like, hey, let's raise a
No,
toast?
it was like I say, it was only the two of us, and he fell asleep actually. So it was just me paying attention
This
to
team
TV.
has the best draft stories. I swear to God, man.
It's like the biggest moment of your life, you would think.
There's me setting up my iPad, trying to film the TV, and then all of a sudden a commercial comes on, and I wish I had the footage of me just. My reaction was just like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? All of this for nothing?
Yeah.
So did you have any no interactions with like Tim Conley or Arturas or anything like that? It was just
I did talk with them, actually. I did talk with them, and it was just kind of felt like a job interview.
It kind of was.
Yeah, actually, it turns out.
They were just like getting to know each other and stuff like that. It was. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. Just talking with somebody,
Sure.
especially in English.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now my English is pretty good.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at that time it was just like, oh, what do I have to say? And
Right.
yeah, it was just like, just
It's a lot.
I'm a great shooter. I'm this and that. Just trying to like
Pump
like,
yourself
yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll do
Pump
anything
my
you say.
stock.
I'll
Yeah.
work so hard. What'd you know about Denver and Colorado at that time?
Well, actually, funny thing is, I know where Colorado was, and I know where Denver was. I know what was, it was basically mountains, and the Nuggets basically being the gold nugget, gold mines, and stuff like that. So I knew the general knowledge about Denver and Colorado, but coming into Denver, I didn't know about the altitude. It was gonna kick my ass.
Really?
Yeah. First practice, I come with Ognjen Stojakovic, and he's like, 20-minute workout. I'm like, 20 minutes, that's nothing.
Yeah.
We usually practice for like 45 an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, you kicked my ass for 20 minutes. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any impressions of the Nuggets as a team? Like, did you know Carmelo or any of that stuff?
Oh
Or
yeah,
not
yeah. I know who played for the Nuggets. Because I think my basketball knowledge is pretty broad.
Really?
Just like EuroLeague, NBA. I feel like especially when we talk about during like between each other, and then like we try to mention some players. I always catch up quick. I'm like, I know this guy, I know this guy.
Are you watching EuroLeague at all?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. There's a bunch of games today actually.
That Partizan is playing right now. I know
Yeah.
some people.
Can
were
we pull up the
complain-
score now? I want to
Yeah,
see.
Kale,
We can find
let's get
that.
the score
I just
up.
know I had multiple complaints. Like, why are you doing it right now? There's Partizan games.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, guys. It's a showtime. Do you have a team?
In EuroLeague?
Yeah.
Ooh, I always loved Fenerbahce, just because Željko Bradović was there, the coach, and then they had a lot of Balkan players in Bjelica and Bogdanovic, both Bogdanoviches actually. Gašper Vidmar, who I played in national team with, Preljic. So they had Fenerbahce was Pero Antic. Fenerbahce was my team. Right now, I don't know. I just follow the guys who I'm like close with, and then I just follow them basically.
Jelko Obradovic, I'm like obsessed with the guy from our trip, and learning about him. So it's funny you mentioned it. Why is it? So he was the draw that made you.
Yes.
I always say the Fue Nache.
Partizan's up 2 in the fourth quarter, apparently.
Oh man, real
Hey,
close.
there we go. Nice.
What is it about him though?
His intensity and his personality on and off the court. They say it's day and night. I never met him.
Okay.
I wish I can.
Yeah.
Just to like pick his brain and just to talk with him. Obviously, I don't know if he likes to talk about basketball during when he's not on the court, but
All right.
definitely the intensity and just when you look at his resume, I think it's seven EuroLeague
Or 9. It's one of the two. I
or
don't
9
remember.
or even So just his putting players in the best position to succeed, and also the team, being good as well.
Right. This is awesome. This is great stuff with Vlatko. That's all the backstory. We're going to get more into the Nugget stuff here in segment 2. I can't wait for it. Win, take us to a break.
Breckenridge Brewery is the official beer of DNVR. They are giving away the ultimate game day experience. This is for the Nuggets March 30th, so this is this month. In a couple of weeks, they're playing the Pelicans. You get 2 courtside tickets, row 2. You get Club Lexus access, a parking pass. You get DNVR gear as well. How to enter? Go to thednvr.com/BreckSweeps. thednvr.com/BreckSweeps. Must be 21 plus. The link is also in our show description as well. Sign up for this giveaway. It's going to be an awesome game day experience. Nuggets Pelicans March 30th. So go to thednvr.com/BreckSweeps. Breck Brew, the official beer of DNVR. Also, IV Nutrition. We just went to these guys last week and all
great.
got hooked up with IVs.
We should go back tomorrow.
And B12 shots. Yeah, we're supposed to go once a week.
Yeah, I think tomorrow's our day, fellas.
But IV nutrient therapy works on a foundational level by safely and directly delivering vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients directly to the body, which in turn optimizes the body's natural ability to activate its self-healing mechanisms, decrease inflammation, increase metabolism, balance the immune system, and so much more. IV Nutrition is awesome. They have the location in Wash Park. Like I said, we went there last week, corner of Alameda and Downing. Anybody who mentions DNVR when they come in gets 50% off their first IV nutritional drip. And, you know, these things, they're not cheap. Like, it's the real deal. It's good stuff. So 50% off is a great deal. They have a bunch of different services that they offer: wellness, blood testing and consultations, intramuscular injections with vitamin formulas, express lunch break drips, a lot more. So check these guys out, IV Nutrition. Check out the location at Wash Park. Stop in or give them a call, 720-259-4404.
All right, we back segment 2 here with Vlatko Cancar, going over some old stories here and talking about his Nuggets tenure or arriving with the Nuggets. So, all right, so you get drafted and you spend a couple more years in Europe.
Yes.
But you finally come over in the 2019 season. What was the ramp up like? Did you have a relationship with Nikola at all? He had established himself by that point.
Yeah.
Was he talking to you at all?
No, I haven't actually spoken to Nikola prior to coming to Denver. It was, I know he was there, and basically my transition was going to be easier just because I have another, Balkan friend and, who I can talk to. And not only him, his family, and then one of their friends, well, our friends, Tonya, he was also helping me getting whatever I needed, just maybe a drive somewhere, getting set in an apartment, just making my transition life-wise so much easier than basketball-wise.
That's really cool. So those first days when you get over in 2019, like, what's it like? I imagine there's like culture shock, there's style shock, all of that.
It is. So I have no SIM card for American number. Nobody can reach me. No internet. No car. I get put in an apartment, which I remember I was put in a wrong apartment. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. And it was the wrong one because there was Bol was supposed to stay in that one. Okay. So they were like, "No, get you out of there." Put you.
Wait, they gave him the 2-bedroom?
Yeah,
and not you?
Yeah. Oh. And then I had to move. I just got settled in, and then I had to move everything out. Okay. I mean, it wasn't.
That's a bummer, though.
It was just an open suitcase and maybe just some food that I need to take out. And then I stayed in the same building, but I just a different 1-bedroom apartment. 4 p.m. everybody goes to sleep, and I'm just there by myself, nothing to do.
What do you mean 4 p.m. everyone goes to sleep?
8-hour difference.
Oh, okay.
Back home.
Oh yeah.
And I start, everybody's like, "Oh, good night," this and that, and then like I'm from 4 to 10. I just don't know what to do with myself. I'm trying to, I came to the NBA, trying to be super professional, healthy.
Yeah.
Just like trying to like adapt the American culture and everything like that. So yeah, it gave me a lot of time to think with myself. But it was first 2 weeks. I think it was the hardest, I guess, just getting used to the time zone. And then after I got my set up the internet and stuff like that, I think it was pretty much easier. Yeah.
Who were the first guys on the team that you like had a friendship with, that you got close with in those early months?
So I got close with them before at Summer League, and it was I got close with Tyler Lydon.
Oh yeah,
Thomas, Jared, Monte.
All the young guys.
Yeah. So my first Summer League, I remember Monte and Malik were playing Summer League as well.
Yeah.
And I got close with them as well. So when I came there, I kind of knew them already. And then I also used to work out. In the summer, I would used to come to Denver to work out before, let's say, national team windows or national team, and then go back. So I got close also, like, when I come back, Jamal and then Nikola, straight off the bat. So I got pretty close with a bunch of players.
It seemed like Monte was great at that, reaching out to guys, kind of being an ambassador.
Yeah, he was. When I came there, I feel like he just liked the style. When somebody likes you how you play basketball, I feel like he likes you off the court as well.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's actually probably very true.
It's actually, we cracked the code to every NBA team.
Every NBA friendship. Like, yeah. So what about like the coaching staff? What was your first impression of Michael Malone?
That's a good question.
You can answer honest. He doesn't watch this show.
Nobody's watching the show, actually. Yeah.
First impression. I feel like he was really intense for some reason. He would get really as I like the games started going, everything would be fine, and then all of a sudden like his attitude would just go like through the roof, and he would just feel like more emotions would come out of him. And then I feel like through the years that we had playoffs one time, second time, third time, and then you see how like players are also maturing, and you see like how players are when players don't show a problem, and then they'll show they have to focus on him, only on him and not the team, then he's also like calmer and stuff like that. So definitely he worked on his emotions through the years that I've been here.
Well, when you're winning, it helps too.
Yeah,
exactly. That might be the biggest difference, actually.
He's in a great mood these days.
Yeah.
It actually is true. We joke a lot of times. I'll say the Nuggets must have had a good practice because Malone is joking and talking with us and stuff. And then some nights you walk in and you're like, "Hey, coach, how's practice?" Starts yelling this and you're like, "Oh man, it must have been a bad practice."
Yeah, it's also after games, sometimes he brings the chains in and all happy and stuff like that. But sometimes when we play bad, he just comes in, bring it in, and go home. And then you're just like, what just happened? Why?
That's what it's like working with Adam, by the way.
Come on. I like the idea of he doesn't even give you a bad speech. It's just quick. It's just like, all right, bring it. It's like even more.
Yeah.
It's like when your parents are mad, but they don't say anything.
That's
no
what I'm saying.
change.
I
Just
feel like-
go think about this one.
Yeah.
Exactly. And because, us players, we go home and then, we think about it 1-2 hours and then go to bed. But, that coaching staff, everybody just, when they come home, they have film from after the game until 5 a.m. That's why I understand why there's so much stress in this job. And then people ask me if I ever wanted to be a head coach. I was like, hell no.
No, man.
Assistant coach. I would make jokes and I would just do a little bit of personnel.
You can be the good guy, the assistant coach that everybody likes.
I'm just for the vibes.
This guy. Wait, real quick. You mentioned you guys moving on quickly from games. And is there a player in the locker room that has the hardest time with losing? Is there someone who takes a longer time to get over it?
Hardest time with losing.
It's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I think I would say Jeff.
Really?
Yeah, I would say Jeff. Every time I talk with him, he would. I don't know why he's surprised. Jeff, he's dissing you, Jeff.
He's such a low,
because he's a veteran, and I would think that Jeff has seen everything. He's seen a lot of wins, a lot of losses.
Yes, but I don't want to say he's close to his end of career, but I feel like his biggest goal is to win a championship.
Oh.
That makes sense. Yeah.
He's not worried about getting paid no more. He's not worried about playing as much and stuff like that. His goal is to sacrifice everything he needs to sacrifice to winning a championship. And him, after losses, I would say bad losses. There's good losses and bad losses.
Sure.
So after bad losses, he would go and just think about the game over and over again. Especially every guy, I feel like when he plays, what could I do better? What could I have done in this situation, that situation? But what I learned coming in the NBA, where game is every other day, there's no much time for thinking about the last game, what happened.
Right.
You just have to click on the next one, because in Europe I had one game a week. It would be like a Sunday game. And you lose it. Let's say you lose a game, and then you have 3 days of just film and drilling, and then you're building your anger and desire to win the next game, because your next week is affected by a win or loss.
Yeah.
Do you like the 82 game schedule? A lot of people talk about should we shorten it?
I mean, there's a good and bad in 82 games.
Yeah.
I mean, people would not making so much money if it was
That's
less games than that. So. Guys, if you want to make so much money, you gotta suck it up and play 82 games.
Right.
That's just me.
I want to get back to some of the modern day stuff. We'll do that in segments 3 and 4 a little bit more. But I want to ask now, this is one of the big questions. You came into the league, you were kind of skinny.
Yes.
You bulked up really fast.
Yeah, let's get to the
bottom.
bottom.
Let's get to the big stuff here. By the time, because your first year was the bubble year, so you're playing. And between the end of the regular season and the bubble, I feel like you doubled in size.
Happened,
I know.
man?
What happened?
Because they drug test, right? In the NBA, so
I got clear upstairs. No, I'm joking. Well, I mean, here you guys understand we get tested and everything like that, So there's no
He's joking.
Possibly, yeah. I know.
Yeah,
completely.
we're
I mean,
completely
basically,
joking.
there's no way I can fail a drug test and stuff like that. But back home, you know, everybody's like, oh, they probably pinched you in your ass and you got like big like that. Like they must do something to it. I was like, no, guys, it's just basically, honestly, it's like hard work and it's a lot of calories and a lot of hard work. But it was funny thing was, my I would say kilogram phases went from, if we can do it in UFC terms.
Okay.
I went from when I was 18, I went from a lightweight
Yeah.
all the way now to a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
you
remember
did.
1 year, and that was back, I would say I was 17 at that time. 17. I had two championships. So I would play in Italy, in Lignano. I would play for the older ones, for the 95 year born, the European Championship, which Serbia won that year. And they had a stacked team with guys, Rade Zagorac, who was with Memphis, but he got then waived. Ognjen Jaramaz, who is playing in Euro.
Oh, Jaramaz, that's our guy.
Oh, we
man.
know.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're big Jaramaz
We're dialed
guys.
into Team
Yeah.
Serbia. Yeah.
So
We saw
yes,
him make one
so
shot.
he was also then drafted, and he was also a big name. A lot of great Serbian talent was there, and then I finished that, and I had like a stomach problem with which I would have like acid was coming back out. Then I wanted like to throw up and stuff like that. So I get that lost,
sometimes.
I lost a lot of weight.
Oh, wow.
I went from I was, let's say, 85 kilograms. I dropped down to like 74, and I was so skinny. I wish I had Facebook because I still have that photo when I went to play in Austria, Division B. So I played 2 tournaments that summer because we wanted to qualify to Division A for the generation after us. And we qualified with top 3 teams. We were 3rd. We won bronze. And we qualified to Division A. And I was super skinny at that time because I had that problem. I couldn't eat.
Right.
I would eat, for half a year, I would eat pasta and chicken with no seasoning, nothing.
Oh, wow.
Just
That
so I
sounds
get
terrible.
my appetite back because I really messed up my stomach at that time.
Wow.
And then bubble comes, COVID hits,
Yeah.
and I'm stuck in United States, and I wanted to go home. I couldn't. And then what else
Wow.
do you do? And just work out every day. And then there's also like videos me practicing in the arena and stuff like that, and just like seeing my hair got longer and my body got bigger.
Did you fall in love though with working out, or was it just because you were so bored?
I actually love working out. I feel like that's just my nature right now. I just cannot be a day where I feel like I get sick if I don't work out a day because my body is just used to just the stress and everything that I go through is just like used to it. So 3 months quarantine or 3 months COVID, and then NBA gets back, and I have a stress reaction in my left foot, and I'm sidelined for another 3 months, and it's just like 6 months of straight.
Oh, you couldn't do
bulking
leg
up
day.
like John Jones
You had to
for
skip leg
heavyweight.
day.
And then bubble comes up, and all of a sudden I'm like a big as a refrigerator.
Did you have to lose weight? Did you get too big?
Yes, I think I got too big. It was. That was not
one
healthy.
photo
That was
of you.
that was not healthy.
We all know,
for my
we all
knees,
know the photo.
for my knees
gotta
and for
pull
my
that photo
ankles
up.
and
Hang
just
on.
my
Can you find that
overall
photo, Kale, real
well-being.
quick?
That photo went viral.
Yeah.
Everybody
But
was
it's still awesome
questioning.
though. There's
I
a
know,
part
I
of it
know.
that
Look
you're
at
like,
that.
hey,
Yeah, look at this.
Dude, I was so convinced
Insane.
you photoshopped this one.
Insane, insane. And then I had to lose a bunch of weight just because my knees were not feeling right. My ankles were not feeling right. I was just so stiff.
Yeah.
Maybe why I got so much weight. Maybe they were thinking I was gonna play the 5 and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, there were rumblings of that.
Yeah, it was they needed something, so I feel like kind of like their guinea pig, and then just like, I know he can't play basketball, but let's just use him at a 5 a little bit.
Yeah, he's got 6 fouls to give. Let's
and
just
then at
throw
the
him out
3,
there. Yeah.
I'm just waiting to be used as a point guard, as a 1, and
Hey man, I mean, you're developing into this all-around player.
Yeah,
so you never
yeah.
know, man.
Do you have a preferred
Versatility is the name of the game in the
I
NBA.
would say preferred position. I would say a power forward,
Okay.
but a point forward. So basically, a guy
Right.
who can also like bring the ball up,
Yeah.
dribble, pass, and stuff like that.
Right. All right, let's take another break here. On the other side, let's get into the modern stuff. The stuff going on with this team and all these questions we have for you
Yeah.
about that.
Another break. Let's go.
Don't do this ad read, Vlatko. DraftKings Sportsbook, NBA no sweat same game parlays. Put a same game parlay together for Nuggets. Bulls tomorrow night. Chicago's in town. $5 bet, $10 bet. If you don't hit your bet, it's fine. You get it back. That's what the no sweat same game parlay is all about. To make sure to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Sign up with code DNVR. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, with code DNVR. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Also, shout out to our friends over at Illegal Pete's. This March, donate by drinking. It's as easy as that. This episode of the DNVR Nuggets podcast brought to you by Illegal Pete's. Illegal Pete's is teaming up with Tito's and Denver's Youth on Record program to help them raise money for future musicians of Colorado. Youth on Record provides underprivileged children in the Denver community with music-based strengths and skills. So for the entire month of March, Illegal Pete's is donating $1 to Youth on Record for every vodka fresh pressed sold. Stop by one of their 10 locations in Colorado, order one of those drinks. Your money is going to a great cause.
Love Illegal Pete's.
Hi,
Vlatko, this is D-Line.
I'm Eric. Nice to meet you. I'm D-Line. Sorry, I'm D-Line.
D-Line Vlatko. He's another one of our members of our show here, so he's tagging in. I want to ask just real quick about the bubble. That's like a period of time. There was only so many people inside and so much. Like, was it as bad as everybody made it sound?
Well, depends how much time you spend in the bubble.
Okay.
So I was kind of lucky that I didn't travel with the teams at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I joined them a month later. Obviously you come there and there's all bunch of restrictions, which now thinking of it, it was kind of difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
It
wasn't
seemed
as
terrible
bad.
from the outside. It
Yeah.
seemed awful.
It wasn't as bad. But it was, you have to wear masks all the time. When you come there, you have to quarantine, I think, for like a week, not leaving your room. They just come to test you to your door, I think, and then you just had to quarantine.
Yeah.
And then I remember the food situation in the beginning was a little bit off.
Yeah,
Nobody but like Harrison.
We saw that on social media.
Yeah.
The food was a little questionable.
That was. But then over time they fixed. I feel like they didn't even know how are they gonna pull this off.
Right.
Yeah.
They were just going in on the spot. I think it was like so spontaneous.
Yeah.
And then when I came in, I was so excited, and everybody was like, just like looking at me like, what the fuck are you happy
Get
about?
out, dude.
I'm like, man,
Get
I miss
out
you
now.
guys.
Let's go to the pool. Who wants to go to the pool?
Yeah.
You guys, water slides.
Hey, we're in the
Oh
Grand
my god, so many
Casino,
great
baby.
restaurants here. It's like, yeah, I've tried
We're not
everything
in the
on
yacht
the menu
club.
in that restaurant.
funny.
But yeah, it was cool. Like you had like courts in the hotels, and
Yeah.
it was definitely an experience that I'm gonna talk to my kids in the future for sure.
Do you? Quick follow up on that. Is the bubble championship less valuable? Was it more difficult?
No.
or more,
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I contend that it's like it was more psychologically trying than a normal championship.
I mean, it was maybe it was a little bit harder just because the season was a little bit longer, but
Right.
I think you still play the same players.
Right.
They don't have 6 more arms, or they don't jump through the roof or something like that. You still play the same guys. Obviously, maybe the fans come in and they help a lot. I'm not gonna lie about that, because when you play, I remember after COVID we played in Phoenix. When the arena was full, you felt the adrenaline and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe yes, but if is it less valuable? No, I don't think so.
Let's talk about this current team now, because it's so interesting. It's been such a great year. 46 wins already, with 16 games to go. 16 or 18 games? 18?
17.
Seven-
I think.
17 games,
Yeah.
right?
None of the
Between.
above.
None of
None of
those.
the above. Last night, Reggie Jackson went to the podium. He's obviously a new guy in, and he had some incredible quotes just about how good it feels to be here. I mean,
Yeah.
we use vibes a lot, but he was really just saying, like, this team, it's not a coincidence. that they are what they are. Everybody kind of buys in and gives you confidence. What's your perspective on the vibe of this team and the chemistry?
Well, I mean, I'm lucky to be here for 4 years, and like I said, I never seen or I never noticed a bad tooth in this organization that something would go wrong or somebody would, just put themselves and just be him and not we,
right?
Basically, and you can see throughout the year and the seasons that everybody takes sacrifices, and at the end of the day, I feel like everybody realizes that championship is most important. Just for everything in general. Obviously, we make millions. So are we gonna be living off of that money? Yes. Are we set for life? Yes, we are. You don't need to make 20-30 million to be like, now I'm set for life. No, like even the even the minimums in the NBA are still a lot more than you can go back, or I can go back, or everybody can go in Europe and make that much money. Obviously, there are players in Real Madrid, Barcelona that make millions, but those are all-star level guys.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like players get so much involved with, am I gonna make enough money? Do I make enough money? Everything is about like me. Do I play enough? Do I shoot enough? Do I, do they do everything for me? Not what can I bring to the team? What can I give? Because you're gonna get rewarded if you, just. I always say, if you get rewarded by God if you play the right way.
Right.
If you respect the game, it's gonna respect you back.
The basketball god.
Sure,
Exactly.
There you go.
Always watching.
The basketball gods are always watching.
We're
And,
big believers in the basketball gods here.
Even the vengeful side. We're familiar with all of it.
Exactly. So I feel like a lot of people get confused of why are they in the NBA. You're here for basketball. You're not here to be a movie star. You're not here to be getting so much popularity and stuff like that. Me personally, after I'm done with basketball, I don't want to be as popular as some guys because you don't have no privacy.
Right.
You everywhere you go, they look at you, they judge you, they do everything, So I just wanna play basketball, and I would just wanna live in the moment, and that's it. I don't care about what's gonna be in the future because luckily I have great family that supports me. I get amazing girlfriend that supports me, and everybody, like great friends that you surround yourself with positive people, is gonna be positive outcomes. So I'm not worried about the future and how much money I'm gonna make and stuff like that. I'm just being in the present, and that's what I'm trying to follow up with Reggie saying. This is not a coincidence. Of course, it's not, because everybody's focused on one thing. It's we, not me.
You
That's
think it's
awesome.
always been that way?
Unbelievable.
Yes. It's funny growing up, and then just I had great family, just like like when they say sharing is caring, and then just like from being a little kid, and then just like I had older cousins and stuff like that. They would like give me their dress, like jeans and like shirts and stuff like that. So you will always pass like the next generation, and you learn how to share and how to love. And then obviously my brother being there for me, and then just putting me in the right place, because when you're young, you want to experience a lot of stuff. You want to go out, you want to drink, you want to party and stuff like that. But luckily he was the guy who did all of that, so he tried to put me in like, okay, you that's not for you. You don't want to do that at such a young age. After you're done with your career and everything, yes,
go crazy.
You deserve it. You suffered enough. You can do whatever you want after. But those 16 to 20, 21, those are the hardest years, because it's either it's kind of like a make or break.
Right. You talk about fame. I think Nikola is cursed, because he's talked about this. Like, when I'm retired, I just want to be a normal person, and unfortunately. Yeah. He's too famous already.
He's unfortunately the best basketball player on earth.
It's a real tough break for
super
him.
unfortunate for
better
him.
luck next time.
Like I said, I mean, if he doesn't want that fame anymore, he just has to suck. I'm sorry.
Become terrible.
Just become terrible. Just win a championship, and then after that you can just
do what you want. I like that. So we know that one of the stories you shared a couple years back was that you know how to motivate Nikola. You were one of the guys that learned you could, in some ways, that you might try to tease him a little bit.
Yeah, it would be more of a teasing of, I would like pretend, I would try to act stupid. Now he knows me. Now it's hard.
It doesn't work. Doesn't
But
work anymore.
I would like pretend, be like stupid. I would be like trying to act like stupid. I was like, man, I didn't know this guy was so good.
Well, I remember you told me this. It was halftime of a Nuggets Magic game years ago. And you told me you went up to him and go, man, I didn't know Nikola Vucevic was this good.
Yeah.
I was like, man, he's like, yeah, he's awesome. I was like, man, he's amazing. Wow. And then like, it's just like stupid stuff like that I'm trying to like, like
poke
the bear.
Push his
Poke the bear.
buttons. Yeah, poke the bear.
Yeah, nobody can stop him. I don't think. I don't think anybody.
Should we go
could.
back out there?
Nobody could score on that guy. I mean, that's hilarious. So you think that's evolved now?
Yeah, now
Now it feels like he doesn't need that.
No, I don't. No, he doesn't. Now, what he needs, because I feel like it's so much stress for him.
Right.
So many expectations. It's if they don't win the championship this year, what's it gonna be?
Right.
And he's like, when everything goes good, they put everything on the team.
Yeah.
But when we lose,
Right.
everything goes to him first.
Right.
Everything goes through him first, and all the MVPs and stuff like that. So he's trying not to focus on that, and just because I feel like that's unnecessary stress, honestly. So I've tried to like just kind of like make some stupid jokes, and just trying to lift his spirit up, because I don't think he needs, like you said, I don't think he needs to be motivated anymore. He just needs to be like, man, I need to laugh a little bit, and I need to like relax a little bit, and
It's crazy.
just stress free, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it helps, maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
I can't believe how much we have in common, you and I.
We do.
I've never seen myself in an NBA player more.
I hate the MVP conversation, but I have to, I mean, it's like I tell people this all the time. I don't care.
Yeah,
this or
yeah.
that, but it has to be discussed nonstop. And you guys as teammates, I mean, I'm not going to ask you how he feels about it, but you guys as teammates have to see everything seems to come back to MVP. MVP, yes or no. You win a game.
Exactly.
That's why. Lose. That's why he's not.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every time you have an interview, it's like, oh, what do you think about Nikola winning the MVP? And what they say about him is like, guys, can you just shut the fuck up just for 1 second? Why are we talking about this? He already won 2 of them. You think he needs like? I wish he wins 10 more.
Yeah.
But I don't think he needs to hear about that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think he never wanted to hear about that. He's just, like you say, he's lucky. He's really good at putting the ball in the hoop and passing the ball and stuff like that. So, like I said, I feel like he just wants to win.
Yeah.
And just like I said, putting unnecessary pressure on him is just like, man, do I have to? It's like a broken tape recorder. He's just repeating himself all the time, and we are the same. We just like repeating every time.
This is why all the players. You could be honest. This is why all the players hate the media. It's because
we do. It's not a lie. We do. It's because. I always say this: when you're playing good, everybody loves you. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're amazing." But when you play bad, you get shit on so much. It's unbelievable. So, like I said, for some players it's hard because they read so many bad comments and stuff like that, and they just get deep in the hole. Like same when you play good, it was like, "Oh my God, he should play. He should play over him. He should do this. He should be, I don't know, star or whatever." It's like. That's not good, because like I say, you never go too high or never too low. You have to stay on track. You have to be true to yourself, how much work you put in, and then confidence should come from practice, not from reading some I don't know.
That's a good point.
Joe says on internet that you should
screw
be
you,
all-star
Joe.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Joe.
Podcasts are cool.
But do you guys talk about like the MVP in the locker room? Because Nikola a couple games ago, he goes, "Oh, not bad for a stat patter."
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I guess he heard that. I guess you guys must have been like talking about it or something.
Of course. I mean, it's so hard not now to see something like that.
Yeah.
We're not back in 1950s where there's a newspaper and then you're like reading like, oh my God, what he say? No, it's like you get so much information all the time.
Yeah.
So
he sees everything. Yeah.
Everybody sees
yes,
everything.
everybody
Yeah.
sees everything.
Yeah.
I see everything,
Yeah.
Right.
and I get annoyed.
Yeah.
To be honest, we don't. I mean, I don't think anybody knows what it's like to be an athlete, but it's the same here. You know, you have a good show, and then the people are like, "This is the
unbelievable.
best show of all time."
Yeah,
You're like,
You're going to
let
be the
us
most
live.
popular player in Denver after this show.
D-Line is the funniest.
Exactly. That's
He's my
what,
favorite.
until I play bad, then everybody's gonna hate me.
But it's
But it is what it is.
It's the same here, though. The Nuggets lose a game, and then we have a show, and we talk about it, and then people are, your show sucks. This is the dumbest show. So it's like a same scale, bigger for you guys, of course.
Exactly.
but-
I feel like people are gonna be happy with the truth. Whatever you do, if you tell the truth, doesn't matter if you say bad truth, good truth. I think they're gonna respect you more than just gonna love you or hate you. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
think that's the biggest.
You guys got some rapid fire ones here before we get to your game area?
I didn't hear. Did we talk about playing with Jokic versus playing with Luka?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's been asked about it before, but
Ask me again,
I'm
please.
not
I
asking.
mean,
Yeah,
Fire
I
up the
really
tape
want to talk
recorder.
about that right now.
Fire up the tape recorder. I want to hear it.
Which one do you love the most, though?
Would Luka like Denver?
Oh God, get out of here! Stop! Time out!
I'm just legitimately curious. Like, what is the
Can
difference?
you mute me? I don't want to.
Like, what is the difference between playing with those two guys? That's obviously two very different styles of basketball.
I mean, you made me into a broken tape recorder again.
Well, listen,
I hate you now.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm joking.
That's a fair response, to be honest. That's a fair response.
You really want to know?
I do.
Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna say it one time, and don't ever ask me again.
Everybody listen up. Everybody listen.
Playing with Luka, as you guys can see, he can be really temperamental. So if you're not performing with him, he's gonna cuss you out. He's gonna bat at you. You have to make shots with him. It is what it is. And he's the one who's gonna be. He's gonna be the one who's gonna be like, okay, this is my team. I'm the leader, and he shows through games and like that. Joker is the same, but a silent mode. So basically, if you put the volume, Luka is like 100, Joker is like a 15 or like 12. Joker is the same way, but he's not gonna be mad at you, obviously, if you miss shots. But he's gonna be. I feel like he's gonna be annoyed because at the end of the day, he cannot do everything by himself. And we have to also understand is like, man, I know he passes us. He gets 10 assists, but we can have an off night of shooting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I said, playoff time, you got to be able to make shots. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that puts so much less pressure
Right.
off him. Playing wise, like I said, I feel like Luka is more has more skill set just because he can also dribble and just from either the tree or the post, he's basically really has like all the arsenal. Joker has like a sneaky handle where he can put you off guard with like a shot fake and just like a one dribble behind the back and then doing
Right.
a lot of pivots and stuff like that. So, but IQ wise and stuff like that, I feel like they learn the game so much that he can basically, if we're smart enough and have to be in a corner or the 45, he can throw like those no looks because he
Right,
knows
right.
somebody is there.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're both amazing players and yeah.
And never ask.
There's
him
your
again.
answer.
Oh, yeah,
And,
even though-
and
even though
never
he's never
ask me this
everybody-
question
Never ask
again.
that question.
If
Even
I
though we'll
come,
never speak again.
if I
that's
come
one more
next,
question,
next,
That was worth
next preseason, when I come back,
Yeah, when? Not if, when.
Thank you.
yes. And if you ask me the same question, you owe me a great dinner.
There you go. It's
I
done.
have one more question before we get to the game.
Hold on. We got a couple.
Vlatko, would you want to stay with the Nuggets for the rest of your career?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I always said that, and if I didn't want to stay here, I probably would have left already.
You'd
Right.
already
Because
have.
what I have been through for my 4 years is, like I said, most of the guys would be done after a year.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of weight fluctuation. Yeah.
Exactly. Like just feeding me and just starving me to death is horrible. I mean, look, I'm balding like right here. So it's the amount of stress. No, but just
That's awesome though.
like staying ready, just being patient, and obviously like the doubts that you hear like, oh, can he play? Can he not play? Obviously, I had luck with going to national team, playing at a really high level, Olympics and EuroBasket, and showing that I can play, and just like I said, being patient, being true to yourself, and just working hard, because I feel great. Like you asked me if I love working hard. Yes, I feel great because I sometimes my frustrations, I can put everything in a workout, and I work like really hard, and then people ask me, "Oh, you always stay ready for a game?" Yes, because I don't cheat the game.
Right.
Yeah, I come in, I do my work, and I can after I come back home, I can be peaceful. I can go with my girlfriend to the park. I can go everywhere around Denver, and I just feel peace with myself. Obviously, there will be days with frustrations where, man, I wish I could have played. Man, yes, everybody wish they can play. Everybody knows they can play, but when you get your opportunity, just show them you can play, and then you're gonna be cool. You're gonna be okay with yourself. Like I said, I want to be in Denver because first of all, I love it here. This is my first team, and I just want to be with one team that drafted me, believed in me.
Yeah.
They just keep, I guess they love me here. So I just want to give them back with just being positive, just being a true professional, and like I said, when the opportunity comes, just play as best as I can.
Man, this is incredible.
I was going to say,
I run through a wall now.
I know. I'm like,
I'm like as well during that answer.
I'm like a little put off by how well you have a perspective on life. I'm like looking deep into my own self and learning.
Yeah,
about
we have a
my
lot
own
to learn
shortcomings.
and reflect after this.
Do we have one more
episode.
ad read here?
Yeah, I'll run through it really
Run a
quickly.
quick one.
Do you want me to read the ad?
Yeah.
If you want
Who is
to.
it? Pins and Aces?
Pins and Aces.
give me the
Are you a
laptop.
golfer, Vlatko?
No.
No.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
I can be.
Not that one.
Hold on, Harrison. This is too good. We have to do it. Oh man, I don't have it pulled up in front.
That's what I'm saying.
You have-
I needed my laptop here.
Yeah.
Everybody has a laptop besides me.
Pins and Aces, the official golf apparel partner of DNVR. If you do take up golf, they've got great polos, hats, golf bags. They've got a beer sleeve as well. Keep 7 beers cold inside your bag the entire round. Pinsandaces.com. Use the code DNVR. Get 15% off your first order and get
play
free
golf?
shipping. Pinsandaces.com.
All right.
You should get with Bruce or something.
Yeah, Bruce
DeAndre.
is a
I
golf
know.
player.
Bruce, DJ,
Yeah.
somebody from the PR guys, I think as well. A bunch of players.
Yeah,
Cody,
Cody,
yeah.
Cody, yeah.
Cody's
It
big.
sounds like he
players.
wants to hang out with his girlfriend more than maybe
Yeah.
DeAndre and Bruce for 4 hours on a Saturday.
Also, if you want tickets to Nuggets games, Avs games, concert shows, the Game Time app is your go-to. Check out our link in the description.
Yeah.
If you love us at
I love
DNVR,
those.
you'll love Game Time. Join 15 million people who have downloaded the app. They've got these great last-minute price drops. Use our link in the description. It's right there. It's in the podcast description as well. Use Game Time, concert shows, sporting events, whatever you need.
There you go. Check out Vlatko's next free throw line dunk. I should ask you about that one, though. I forgot about it.
Is that on the
Dude,
tape
I didn't know you could jump like that. I'm not going to lie.
Jump like that? That's like one of the best in-game dunks ever.
Go to my Instagram profile and can you hear me?
Kale.
Yeah, Kale.
Sorry, Cam. I just said
Vlatko
him like his.
Chanchar's Instagram.
Go to my Instagram and scroll down where I dunked between the legs when I was 18 years old.
What?
Is this true? So you've always had this?
I always had this.
He's just waited
I
for
was
this
just,
year
I
to
was just
bring
too
it
shy
out.
about it. That's the
Were
only
you
problem.
were you snubbed by the NBA not getting into the dunk contest?
Oh man, I never
Maybe,
even
I
thought
don't
of
know.
this. So we could have had
One leg, amazing. 2 legs,
One for the
you cannot
jumper.
put a piece of paper
Okay.
on me.
Do you have it, Kale?
It's down bottom. It should be.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
more
we're
down,
looking.
more down,
We're
down.
on it.
I can see a little bit. Yeah, more down. It's like at the beginning of my.
how have I never seen this?
I haven't spent a lot of time on
They
his
didn't do their
Instagram
homework
page.
on me.
We didn't
I
do
just
the
went to
homework.
Wikipedia. There we go. The green court.
All right, share it on the screen. on the
Okay,
screen
we got to
here.
see this.
No. That's the bad one. That's the bad
That's the
one.
bad one.
Come on,
That
Kale.
was
That's
pretty
the
good.
bad
Come
one.
on, Kale, not the bad one.
This is where I gained weight.
What do you,
Go where I was lighter.
why
More
do you
down,
have bad
more
ones
down.
on your
It was-
Instagram feed?
No, that's not it. More down.
Oh, Kale is in such pressure right now.
Come on, Kale.
There we go. I think it's this one.
This one?
Yeah, slow motion.
Slow motion. Yeah.
Look.
All right, that's pretty clean.
10 out
That
of
was
10.
that was
That's
clean.
clean.
I would give it a 50. Take that, Aaron.
And that was my first time actually trying that.
Your first time trying that?
First time trying
Dude,
that.
you
I never-
might be like a great
Every-
dunker and you don't even know it.
everybody was after practice, everybody like trying to dunk and touch the rim and stuff like that. So I tried like, man, I should try it between the legs, and I don't
Like,
know,
oh,
it was
I
just
should
like
try
a
a free
perfect
throw
moment.
line
Perfect
dunk.
moment. It was also like the great the grip of the basketball and stuff. Like that. It was just like perfect.
That's how
perfect
humble he
moment,
is. He just
perfect
goes
moment.
through this incredible dunk. He's like, it was all
It was
the
just a
ball.
perfect
you
Yeah, it
know?
was a
but
new
the free throw
ball,
line
you
dunk,
know,
it was
real
me not
grippy.
trying to get blocked. That was why.
I know it's organic because when you dunked it, there was no expression. You just kind of like ran
Yeah.
back. There was no like, oh my my God.
Yeah,
He's like, that dunk wasn't about me. It was about me and the basketball.
exactly. There you see,
All right.
he learns.
D-Line, you have a game?
Yeah, Vlatko.
Yes.
It has been alleged. We talked about it earlier that a certain photo of you was potentially photoshopped. So we want to know.
But now we know it wasn't.
We're playing a game called Is It Photoshop? We want to know if you're able to find myths, truths shown visually on the internet or otherwise. All right, Kale.
I have not seen this for the record, so.
Me neither.
Vlatko, is this photoshopped?
Man, that looks.
Can I go closer to the TV?
No, you cannot.
He's really examining
He's
it.
cheating.
He had to get up all nice and close.
I've actually been so much around it that I know.
You know his scars?
This one is Photoshop.
Oh, it's totally photoshopped.
Oh my God, he got it.
You first off cheated.
So Vlatko said he knows his scars well enough.
I was going to
He
say,
would
are
have
they,
done well in
I shot a
scar
locker
or
room
fake
next to his,
scar.
so
The
I
other
know
are
guy.
they? Yeah, do they have names each one? All right, so
Next one.
one
Okay, I
for
cheated.
Vlatko.
I went close to the TV.
That's okay.
Number 2, is this Photoshop?
This was actually at the stock show the other weekend.
I'm taking a loan from the bank.
Okay.
I'm putting my house
Yep.
on it. I'm putting everything I have. That is Photoshop.
Yeah, it's Photoshop. Listen, this is the Compton Cowboys. Bruce Brown, not qualified to be a member, but all the same. All right.
What else?
Kale, is this Photoshopped?
Birdman.
I would say this is not, just because I know he has a lot of tattoos. So I would say this is not Photoshop.
What are you, a genius? It's not Photoshop.
3 for 3.
This is
Vlatko.
terrible.
Maybe
I
now
thought
people
it
are
was
gonna
more
start
difficult.
thinking that I use Photoshop because I can tell so good.
Is this Photoshop, Vlatko?
It just looks like a photo. What would
Yeah,
be
It just
what?
looks like a photo. Trying to look like the details.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Oop, well then.
Better be out.
Is
He sees it.
I'm gonna need an answer, please. Is this Photoshopped?
It is.
Well, it's number 5, not number 3. You didn't
Oh,
even,
is that what it is?
yes.
He's wearing number 5.
I
not
knew
number-
that.
Oh,
I
look
knew
at
that.
That's tricky.
That is tricky. That was too subtle, man.
That's the point. Is
You went from Bruce Brown to that?
is this Photoshop, Vlatko? Please.
I think it is. His hairline is not.
Yeah.
He never had a what is that, flat top or whatever it is.
Whatever.
He never had a.
I don't know what that's
It
called.
was
Yes.
either.
Photoshopped.
That was
I
Photoshopped.
Although the hairline, that's the same. I didn't touch that. All right, and for the record, please, Vlatko, is this Photoshop?
Absolutely not.
Wow, 100%. Great job. Wow, incredible.
I'm on fire.
You are on fire.
Cue
Killed
that
that.
outro music, Kel. Vlatko, unbelievable guest, man.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
You said
I loved it.
after
I
you
loved it.
retire, you just want to, peaceful or whatever. But if you ever want to host a podcast on the Denver
That was
Nuggets,
pretty
you're more
good for
than
your
welcome
first
to join.
podcast.
Maybe, yeah.
You know?
I'm just I like to talk.
Well, you did a very good job. Oh, do we have? You had a couple. How many did you have? Give you, man. Fly through it here. These are all people paying to ask you a question. Vlatko, have you ever seen anyone with better ankles than Harrison?
Yeah,
All
they're the
that's
talk of the
example a play. That's not a great one for you. Jacob says, Vlatko,
You don't
one
have
of
to
the
answer
longest
that.
tenured
I'm not gonna
Nuggets.
comment. I'm not
Free
gonna
throw
comment.
line dunk, you roll, and thanks for coming on the show. So
Thank you. Oh,
You're
you're welcome.
People's champ.
They're paying us to say thank you to you.
Man,
It's amazing.
And by the way,
you should have put this for free.
What's
we
that?
should have. Well, they
Well,
didn't.
they
need to
chose
pay.
to. We didn't ask them to. They chose
okay.
to.
And by the way,
Carlos says-
we're not splitting this with you.
Yeah, Carlos says,
That's okay.
Vlatko, big fan. Love seeing your game grow every single year. Question, do you know what the 7 means?
The 7. The Magnificent 7. Where we
Yeah,
beat
of
the Utah
course.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Does he know what that
I can't
means?
believe we didn't ask any questions. So they asked any cool questions from that night or any cool stories from that night?
Cool stories. I know I was just, me personally, I was just like kind of, it was a trade deadline crazy. It was like my first experience with the trade deadline. And then, a bunch of players, Malik, Juancho, and Jared left. And we got Keita, Noah, but they didn't play
Jordan
because
McRae.
Jordan McRae.
Yeah,
So they had to pass like their physicals and stuff like that. So, and then we had like a bunch of players injured.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember just like we have 7 players.
Did
Like,
anybody
even the
say anything like
warm-ups.
we can do this? Like This would be epic if we pull this one off.
I don't know. I feel like we just were just like so with no pressure. Like
Okay.
even
Yeah.
if you maybe watch the game and you look at Coach Malone, maybe that was the game he never got mad, maybe because he was just like, well, we have 7 players, so I can live with that.
That's hilarious.
But I remember Will Barton had a great chain. He wear a jersey and he had a great chain on. So shout out to Will Barton.
What a great detail.
That's a great detail.
That's what the people
Mahalo
paid for.
says, I think Vlatko just found a new career as a podcast host. Let's
Maybe,
go.
maybe, yeah.
There you go. Goat Boy
Boy, yeah.
says, we love you, Vlatko. Also, feel free to mention DNVR bar to Nikola sometimes. I'm sure he would love to have a great time. If
Well,
he
we
ever
have
visits.
Rakia here at the bar. So.
I think
Man.
when he retires, this is going to be, I would never asked him to come in, but when he retires, my
Maybe,
hope is he'll
maybe,
come
yeah,
in. We'll
yeah.
come in. We have Rakia here. Where else can we get Rakia? Yes, best guest ever. What's that say?
thank you.
Voimo?
Volimote. It means we love you, Vlatko.
Nice.
Volemote.
I love you
There
back.
go, Volemote. Tyler says, if Vlatko has 10 fans in the world, I am one. If Vlatko has no fans left, it's because I'm dead. There you go.
Wow.
Very poetic.
Wow.
Man.
I like
almost
that the
shed a tear
high
now.
point was that you have 10 fans.
Do you have a... Gail, did you
People in
get-
the studio right now.
That's about it. Everybody else, we
All right,
apologize.
thank you for
not
all the
getting them to
comments.
them.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, and just one quick thing. I'm releasing 2 new shirts right now. 2 new shirts.
Two
Just drop
brand new
them.
shirts just dropped, guys.
Wait,
Everybody,
really?
Thanks
Yeah.
for hanging
Wow.
with us. Hit
Thank
the...
you.
Are we doing them on the show then? Right
Yeah,
now?
yeah, just show
look
them.
at
There they are.
these.
There they are.
Look
Check
at
this.
this.
Check the DNVR locker.
A goat. Look at that.
You
A
have to
goat.
give me this shirt.
You like this?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it one to Joker.
Yeah, I'm sure. I hope he loves it.
This
Look
is
at
a
it.
class.
Of course he's gonna love
It's
it.
a classic
It's a
D-line.
goat with a jester's hat.
That's a great
Isn't
great shirt.
Isn't that awesome?
That's a great shirt.
I love it.
And that's the new official NBA logo, actually, on the right there.
Yo, throw it a water polo pass. Vlatko, you were awesome, man.
Thank you guys.
Can't
Thank
wait
you
Thank you,
guys.
man.
Can't
Thank
wait to
you.
see you in action. Hit the like button.
Bye.